everybody, and welcome to a very special, it's not special, it's normal. I don't know why I always say very special, but it's a normal Big Brother 20, a spoiler show, and I believe we're on week 10. I know last week, I think I said it was week 8, but it was really week 9, and now we're on week 10, and math is hard, but don't worry. I have all the spoilers and hot topics, so just buckle in on this show. This show is going to be a show that I don't even want to have, but we're having it. Now, if you missed our past shows, they're over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb20. You can read Becca's blogs there, get flashback time, see the spoiler graphics to know what's going on in the house. Everything is over on our website that are shows like these. Now, most of you know that during Big Brother season and all year long, we're live every single night on YouNow. So if you're not, go to yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow and become a fan over there. You get alerted every single time we go live. You get to hang out in the chat room, chat during the shows. It is where we are every night. I feel like a lot of people are like, can't find the shows, can't find them. You're right, you can't, because I don't put them all on the website and I don't put them all on iTunes, but every single day we're live on YouNow. So make sure you become a fan over there so you get alerted when we go live. And of course, if you want, you can be a subscriber on YouNow as well. Then you get to watch every show back. You don't have to wait. You get to be the producers. You get to see all the shows, regardless of the ones I put on the website and iTunes. So it's the last month of number of subscribers get to win an Orwell. So if you do subscribe on YouNow, you get entered to win in Orwell. I would love to give all of you Orwells, but I don't have that much time to catch owls. I'm very busy. I can only catch one owl. Lastly, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only group, prize giveaways just for patrons, weekly shows just for patrons, and we're officially in September, so it's starting this month, our after shows with the BB20 house guests. We'll have them on here live on YouNow for you guys all to watch, but then after we go into the patron group and we have an after show where all the tea comes out. Of course, becoming a patron also helps us keep bringing you guys shows past the Big Brother season. I know you guys have been asking. Yes, we'll cover The Amazing Race because it's going to have all of our favorite Big Brother people on it. So we'll be covering The Amazing Race. Yes, we'll be covering Survivor with a new roundtable show. And we might have one or two more surprises when Big Brother's over. So I'm really excited about that. Of course, you can always do a one-time donation over at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Now, let's get into it, everybody. Let's get into it. Oh my God. So, I don't know again. I don't want to beat the YouNow drum to death, but I'm just saying, if you guys were following on YouNow, then you were live with us until like 4 a.m. Eastern on Friday when we were watching the HOH finish and play out. Oh my God, you guys. I still am not over the winner of the HOH, which of course was Tyler. I'm so not happy about it. Here is where, and I want to see what you guys all think in the chat room, but here's where I kind of feel like conflicted. I love Tyler. Tyler's playing the best game. Tyler certainly is the one who deserves to win the game the most. That being said, God, I'd sure like him to have to face some sort of a struggle. I don't want to just watch Tyler steamroll to the end, which, I mean, let's face it, is what's going to happen. Now, there's a lot of debates right now going on social media, and of course, you can tweet me right now using hashtag YRRLive if you want your comment or what you're thinking shown down here. But a lot of people are talking, saying that they don't even think Tyler has a chance to win this game. We'll get more into that in a few. The HOH came down to Tyler versus Haley. And I think we all collectively wanted Haley to win. Unfortunately, Haley made the worst move ever. The worst move ever when she told production, Hit me with the pie harder. That was nothing, big brother. Hit me with that pie harder. And guess what happened the next go round? They hit her ass with the pie harder, and she face planted, and it was not great. I think we all took a collective gasp. We were all just like horrified over it. I thought she had a concussion. Now, if we believe Vegas, spoiler on Twitter, he says that she was checked out by a nurse. She did not have a concussion that night. And then the next morning, they checked her out again. And apparently, Haley is expected to make a full recovery from her horrible pie hit that we will see, I guess, on Sunday, tomorrow night's episode. Kathy C says Tyler is the person they should have hit harder. Well, Tyler's not stupid enough to tell Big Brother, please hit me harder. So no, they're not going to hit Tyler harder because he wasn't stupid enough to tell them to. So with Tyler winning, of course, I was very shocked with the nominations being Haley and Scotty. Now, here's the thing. I don't understand why Haley, during that HOH competition, did not try and make a deal. And I know the argument that a lot of you guys make is like, well, Tyler didn't honor his deal the week before with the HOH and blah, 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 so why would he honor this deal? I don't care if Tyler honors the deal or doesn't honor the deal. All I'm saying is she should have tried to make a deal. Because it would have at least given her some sort of leverage. It could have created a friction somewhere in the house. Even just the act of the other house guest watching Haley and Tyler make a deal might make level 6 have some sort of a fracture, maybe sort of. It might give Haley a little bit of a reason to not vote for Tyler if she so chooses not to vote for him in the end of the game. I mean, because let's face it, she's not making it there. Talbert's mom says it would have looked like she was hustling to play. I don't care what it would have looked like. I still say at the end of the day, it would have been a good thing. It would have given her ammunition. It might have caused a fracture with the other side. It might have done something is my point. Tyler said he'd do what's best from the previous deal. He never agreed to their terms, says Lost and Concurs. That's a good point. I guess technically, sure, technically that is what he said. I don't know that people voting are going to care about that. I don't know that when someone's in the jury, they're going to be like, well, actually, Tyler didn't specifically say this, so let's just argue semantics now. I think I saw someone on Twitter today did the good Maya Angelou quote of, people will forget the things you said, people will forget the things you did, but they will never forget the way you made them feel. And Tyler's not making people feel great. Arguing semantics with someone that needs to give you $500,000 when they felt like they were working with you and now they feel like you stabbed them in the back, not great at all. But here's the other thing, surprising, not surprising. So we have Haley and we have Scotty on the block. Again, we've kind of talked about how maddening it was that Scotty is telling Julie, I want to work with Tyler again. I want to bring the gang back together. Just horrible gameplay from Scotty. Look, I want to be very clear. I love Scotty the person. Scotty the human being's a great guy. I can't wait to see more of Scotty in the real world, but Scotty in the game is horrible. He's clueless and he's horrible because all that he's done since he got back in the house is kiss up to Tyler, tell Tyler every single thing that he's thinking, throw Haley consistently under the bus, and for what? Nothing, because Tyler still nominated you. Tyler nominated Scotty and Haley. Of course, that was not a surprise to any of us. We also had the GR leak where we heard that. I guess it was overnight on, like early Friday morning. They left the mic on when Tyler went into the DR. And they were like, so who you thinking about putting up? And he was like, I'm thinking Scotty and Haley. Now, a lot of you were like, did the house hear that? Oh my God, why aren't they flipping out? No, it was just an audio leak for us. Lord knows the audio is great this season on Big Brother. Lord knows they have no audio problems. If Scotty wins, Justice Roll says, if Scotty wins the veto, will they try and backdoor Sam? I don't think so. We really don't know. I know a lot of people are saying they feel like Scotty's the target. A lot of people are saying they feel like Haley's the target. I don't think Tyler, like let's say it's Tyler's decision. I don't think Tyler has made up his mind yet which way he wants to go. I think he's going to wait until after the veto today to see what happens. Then he'll make a decision. He did tell Angela and Casey and Brett, like, look, I've made Scotty feel safe. I've convinced Scotty that Haley's the target. So right now, Scotty feels like Haley's the target. He's not really telling her that. And we don't know. Is that really what he's going to do? I think it all depends on what happens with this veto. Lori Starr says, how about JC? Will they put him up if Scotty wins? Look, I really don't think so. As we saw in the last episode, so that was Thursday's episode, we saw Tyler shooting JC down for any alternate plans that was not getting Haley out of the house. Tyler knows that Haley is coming for him. He does not want to leave Haley in this house at all. There is nothing that Haley can do, nothing that Haley can say that's ever going to convince Tyler that if she wins, his ass is not on the block. And that was before he won this HOH and put her up again. I think Tyler, full force, is going to just be gunning for Haley regardless. So it really won't matter if JC goes on the block or Sam goes on the block. He wants Haley out. I don't think he will let level 6 do anything other than that. And I don't think level 6 will do anything other than that. The thing that we have to give level 6 so much credit for this entire season is they are so loyal to each other. They really have each other's backs. They really vote together. None of them really stray off and try and stab anyone else in the back. Any other side deals that have really been made have been exposed to the group, minus Tyler and Sam. I mean, Tyler is not stupid. He's not revealing any of his issues to level 6, but pretty much everybody else, if anybody brings anything to Brett, like JC did, or Angela, or Casey, they're very forthcoming about sharing it with the whole group and Tyler. But this is going to be Tyler's struggle if he makes it to the end of this game. Tyler is going to have to figure out a way to convince this jury I was the one behind everything. I was the one making all the moves, even though you had no clue I was doing it. And he does not have a lot of time to do that on finale night. His only hope is if some of the level 6 people go into that jury not being betrayed by Tyler and can start pleading his case. Because right now, that jury is super duper stacked against Tyler. We've already heard that Scotty said while in the jury house, they all made a pact to vote together. So they're going to be a voting block. A lot of Twitter was very shocked by this. I don't know why any of you guys were shocked by this. There's 2 alliances. The level 6 is always kind of voting together, and the Hive is always voting together in the game. So why do you think they would not vote together as an alliance in the jury? It really doesn't surprise me that much that all the Hive people would vote together. But that being said, I think that's just things that they're saying right now. Do I think when it comes down to it, they're really going to be a voting bloc? I don't know. I think emotions are kind of like raw for people like Scotty. But the Hive, Cheryl, correct, the Hive does outnumber them in the jury. It will be 5-4. Because we're just going to assume that Haley's going and Scotty's going. They're going to control the jury votes. They're going to control which way it goes. Yes, and that is what I'm saying. Today, Scotty did tell Haley they were going to vote as a block. Correct. We know the Hive are followers, hence them being gone. Yeah, they're going to all follow each other. But again, this is the problem with Level 6's game. Every other thing that Level 6 has done this entire game has been brilliant. But they really don't have any good jury management. Tyler, I think, thinks he has good jury management, which he doesn't have horrible jury management. I would not say that Tyler has horrible jury management. Again, they have not showed us Tyler's goodbye messages to anyone for now, 3 weeks? We pretty much only saw Tyler's goodbye messages, I think, for Rockstar and Bailey. I don't think we've seen it for Scotty or Fessy. No, I'm 99% sure we did not. So we don't know. We don't know the way they feel. We know Bailey hates Tyler. Definitely Bailey is not going to be a Tyler fan. But it's a lot of work that Tyler's going to have to do to convince them I deserve this win if it gets to the end. And honestly, I'm starting to become afraid that he won't do it. Jury management doesn't matter if their minds are made up previously from their vote or eviction, says Lost and Concruised. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think, as far as final two speeches go, I'm not sure that has any huge weight on the game. The things that you say when the jury is questioning you right before they go up to put the key in the thing, no, I agree with you. I don't think that matters at all. What will help anybody win the game is having their alliance members in the jury fighting for their game in the jury house. I mean, they're all together 24/7. Well, they got 3.5 weeks more left. I'm surprised, honestly, that Tyler, with as brilliant as he is with this game, the only flaw that Tyler has not really thought through, because I really feel like he is always a few steps ahead. He's always like, let me hold on to this power app. Let me not use this now. Let this person do this for me, and Sam will do that. I'm really surprised that Tyler has not put someone in the jury house yet, or let's say coached someone to go into the jury house to plead his case. Very much in the way that Derek did. I'm surprised he is not grooming Sam more to explain his game to Sam, so that she can go in there and try and plead a case for him. Because look, Haley's gonna go, Scotty's gonna go. We're pretty sure this week is not double eviction. So we're thinking that double eviction is next weekend, and then there's only one more week and it's over. So you're really leaving the Hive alone in that jury house for the most amount of time, and then you're only going to kind of get 1 or 2 more level 6 people in there, only for a week. Which, sure, a week is a long amount of time, but not if the Hive have been building up resentment for a month and a half. This is going to be interesting. Tyler will only win if he's sitting next to Angela because everyone in the jury hates Angela. I don't know. I think Tyler and Angela have a very similar strategy, or not a similar strategy. They have similar games. They've both kind of played the same exact way. I don't think Angela, with the exception of the exception of Bailey, has been outright mean or rude or like mean to anybody. Let's put it that way. I don't feel like anybody would really feel like they can pinpoint something that Angela directly did to them other than Bailey. Now, Tyler has that same exact strike against him with Bailey. Rockstar's issues with Angela are ones that she made up herself. Angela didn't really do anything to Rockstar. Rockstar just felt in the same way that she felt Brett was like a privileged white boy. She felt the same exact thing about Angela. They didn't really have words, get into a fight. So my point is, I feel like Angela could make a case to the jury just as well as Tyler could. I just do. She can argue her wins. She can just rationally appeal to, it's a game. What did you want me to do? These were the people I was with. We got into power. Not for nothing, other than Bailey, I didn't really lie to any of you guys. I was honest with why I put you up. I had to make a move. You understand that we're playing a game. Don't you want a girl to win? Girl power. Let's not give it to the guy again. I kind of feel like that's kind of the way she could handle it. Fessy, Rockstar, and Scotty would not vote for Angela, says Lala Muggs. Well, we'll see. Honestly, I would love a Tyler-Angela final two just to see the way this jury would vote. I mean, look, the jury and pre-jury will all be on this show later this month. Of course, we can ask them when the season's over, but I always feel like that is not a true representation of what they would do in the moment, but we could still ask them. We also know that Tyler does not want to take Angela to the final two. He doesn't. So unless she's going to be the one to take him, I do not think Tyler, well, we know from Tyler's DRs, he has zero desire to take her there. The Hive hasn't been able to vote together the entire game. They've been voting together. They just have been voting together on the wrong side of the votes. So yeah, they vote together. It's just kind of not on the right side. Angela has a -0 social game. I hear you. People will argue, so does Tyler. People will argue that Angela doesn't have a great social game and people are mad at her, but people are mad at her because of the moves she made in the game to get stuff done. Those same jury members will look at Tyler and go, I don't know what the hell he did in this game. So am I going to give the win to somebody who I don't know what they did in this game? Or am I going to give the win to somebody that, I don't really like, but at least I know all the stuff that they did? It also comes down to, who do you want to lose to? Who do you want to say you lost Big Brother to? Do you want to say you lost, if you're in the jury, do you want to say, I lost the game to Sam? Or I lost the game to JC. It turns out the better player this season was a Sam or a JC. They're going to want to say, we lost it to the person in their mind that they can at least wrap around, outplayed me. So I think that's like another, factor that goes into it. Julia says, if Scotty wins the veto, will Haley go home? Yes. We have already established that Haley will go home. We do not know who will be on the block. If I had to bet who the replacement nominee would be, it's clearly going to be JC or Haley. JC or Sam. I really don't know which one. I feel like, knowing Tyler, he's going to want to go with the one that he feels he has more control over. So I feel like if I was Tyler, I would put Sam on the block because I think he would just think he can control Sam more than JC. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. It'll all go down on Monday. And then we'll have our next spoiler show where we talk about everything that happened between now and after the renoms. So we'll figure that out. Maximus Mom says, I would say that he will put Casey on the block to ensure that Haley goes home. Well, if you guys are people that frequent our daily You Now shows, you will know that anything Maximus Mom says is the kiss of death. And always wrong. So, I've never heard a more incorrect statement than Casey will be the replacement on Tyler's HOH. Glug glug, Maximus Mom. Glug glug. I think that he would go with JC so he can have a shot on the block. I think JC knows too many secrets. This is why nobody wants to take a shot at JC. I truly believe this. And we're going to get into the hot topic of JC in a minute. But here's the bottom line. Level 6 knows that JC knows 90% of their secrets. He doesn't know that they're called Level 6 and that they've been working together for however long, but he was a part of every single plan, every single week to get these people out. And if JC is looking to rally power or JC already knows. We've already seen him trying to make moves. He already gets that he's on the bottom of the totem pole. So I think people are scared to make any move on JC because he knows 90% of Level 6's secrets, and he knows most of the Hive secrets because of Fessy. Now, that being said, do Hive secrets have any weight in this game? No, they do not. Does Level 6? Yes, they do. Do they matter? No, they don't, because there's not enough Hive people to do anything about it. Unless they can get Sam and Brett over to their side. So unless JC can somehow put together a team of Sam, whoever is left over from Haley and Scotty, and Brett, that is really the only chance that Sam and JC or Haley or Brett have to survive in this game. Because honestly, if that does not happen, here is what will happen. Haley's going this week if she doesn't win POV. Scotty is going the following week, and let's just go ahead and assume that's a double eviction. I think Scotty goes the next week, and JC goes during double eviction. It's the easiest way to get rid of JC easily without him running his mouth and flipping out all week. You get JC out on double eviction. Now, I think that getting JC out on double eviction, specifically if Level 6 people win. Now, if Brett somehow wins double eviction, I totally see him taking a shot at Tyler. I can see Brett taking a shot at Tyler. I see Brett taking a shot at Tyler. I think if anyone else in Level 6 wins, I think they get out JC first. Actually, maybe they might take out Brett first. Maybe they'll feel like there's no way JC is going to do well in the final comps. Might as well drag him along. I'm just surprised that Tyler is not trying to drag Sam and JC. Honestly, I understand he has the undying loyalty of Angela and Casey at this point in the game, but it seems that if he was really trying to win this game, he would be dragging JC and Sam to the end and using them to get out the Bretts, the Angelas, the Caseys. He just would. Shaded King Ron says, I think Scotty will win HOH next week, putting good thoughts in the air. Okay. Sure. And what do you think will happen if Scotty wins HOH next week? If Scotty wins HOH next week, let me tell you what's going to happen. Tyler's going to come along and he's going to stick his hand right up Scotty's ass and he's just going to puppet his face and tell him who to make the noms. Yes, Scotty, we did it, Scotty. Scotty, we did it. We got Haley out, Scotty. Scotty, we got Haley out. You were instrumental in the plan to get Scotty out, Haley. And now we can continue on our final 2 plan. This is so perfect, Scotty. The next roadblock in our final 2 plan involves you taking out more people for me like the Hive have done all game. Okay, Tyler, want to make out? Yes, let's make out, Scotty. That's what'll happen. It won't matter. There's nothing that really matters at this point. The Hive are done. It doesn't matter if one of them wins next week. They're done. They don't have the numbers. There is nothing that Haley alone, Scotty alone, Sam alone, or JC alone can do to make it to the end of the game. They have no chance unless they all come together. And based on the feeds that we have had so far since this HOH, those people are never coming together. They're just not. It really sucks because I feel like this was the best ever season of Big Brother until a week and a half ago. We had a flipping back and forth of power that was so amazing, and we had the best feeds, and oh my god, everything about this season was amazing until a week and a half ago when, the dominoes all just fell for level 6. The Hive taking out their own people when they were in power killed their game and fun feeds. It just did. The stupid hack, I completely agree with that. The hacker app ruined everything. We had zero desire for that hacker app. There was legit no reason that hacker bullshit needed to be into this game. Zero. And if you felt like you did, which, again, I don't know why you would feel like you did, with a season that you can see on social media everyone is loving, your ratings are triple what they are every other season, it's not broken. It's amazing. And then you shit all over it. I don't get it. And the fact that you made it 3 powers, not 1 power, they should have picked the power. They should not have gotten to have all 3 powers. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I would love to get into the brain of production and know, what was that board meeting like? Like, when you were all just sitting around, were you like, you know what? This season's going too great. I mean, we have record ratings. Twitter loves us and is applauding our casting choices. Live feeders are on board. I mean, literally, you know what? You know what I kind of miss? Do you guys know what I kind of miss? What do you miss, Allison? I miss people hating the show. I kind of miss when everyone's complaining about it. So I say, let's introduce a twist that makes everyone hate the show. And then they were like, great idea. Great idea, Allison. That is a wonderful idea, Allison. Yes, let's implement the everyone hate the show twist. Sounds great. And I swear to God, if Julie's ass comes on this screen, we already know that Celebrity Big Brother is coming. It's coming this winter. I swear to God, if during Celebrity Big Brother, Julie stands on that stage and she goes, The fan favorite hacker competition will be back this season. I'm gonna punch my TV. Because apparently every time we hate a twist or we hate something in this game, Julie seems to think that that means it's a fan favorite and bring it back. Makes no sense to me. Fessy had a chance to make a big move when he was HOH and he blew it. That would have changed the game. I agree. I 100% agree. You can go back, you could go back even further. Thank you very much, Boston Cindy. You can go back even further and say, it all started with Bailey. Bailey revealing her hacker app was the stupidest thing ever. That started the downfall of the Hive. The only thing that could have, I don't mean hacker, her power app. The only thing stupider than Bailey revealing her power app to Rachel was then her going along with Haley's plan to out herself as the hacker. Had Bailey not been, and I'm sorry, selfish, I think this game would have gone very different. The fact that Bailey needed this justification for why she was being treated so poorly in the house is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. You know how you would have gotten your justification? By having the conversation with Haley. Got it. America knows. We watched the conversation with Haley. She revealed it to you. We all know. We're good. Whatever made up stuff you had in your head that America needed to know, we all know it wasn't you. Great. Instead, your ego costs the Hive the game. Great. I'm glad you got your apology. It was awesome. You killed the show and the feeds. I hope your apology was worth it. Because the outing of the hacker app and what Haley did to Tyler is what made Tyler the target. Tyler would have used that app. If Haley never said she was the hacker, can you imagine Tyler's paranoia in this game? He would not have known if it was someone in level 6. He would have not have known if it was someone on the other side. Anytime somebody was in HOH, he would have thought he was in danger. Oh my God, it would have been such a different game had Haley not exposed herself as the hacker. Strike 2. Rockstar telling the clue to Tyler. We've kind of already had this discussion. Do I think it was not great? No, it wasn't great. But at the end of the day, Rockstar wasn't sure. It was just as much for Rockstar's benefit as it was for Tyler's. It turns out she had it right, but she didn't know. She didn't know she had it right. So, whatever. And then, of course, we're all aware of the Fessy situation. So, it is what it is. We'll see what happens going forward. Now, so wait. So we have, obviously, like we said, Tyler's the HOH. He nominated Scotty and Haley. Oh, lastly, Haley did talk to Tyler last night, and she was kind of like, I don't get it. Am I the target? Am I the one going home? And, Tyler is very much just like, you're a cop beast. What can I do? You put me up. You are coming after me. I don't know how I can trust you. So, they kind of had that conversation, but Tyler was not willing to confirm to Haley, you're going to be my target. So, I think Haley was a little bit bummed about that, but I don't know. At this point, there's not a lot happening on the feeds. There's not a lot of game-related things happening. I honestly don't think we're going to have a lot of game-related things happening going forward. Like I said, this is a level 6 steamroll to the end of the game. Everyone knows the plan. Get rid of Scotty, get rid of JC, get rid of Sam, and then the 4 of us fight it out. And for the first time ever, I believe that they're going to stick to that plan. A lot of times they spread out and they start making side deals, but this alliance of level 6 has loyalty to each other that I've never seen any seasons of Big Brother, and I don't know that they're going to stray that far from it. I really do think they're going to stick together to Final Four. Unless JC has some bit of a pull, I think they're staying together until Final Four. Now, oh, dear Lord, we have to talk about JC. Oh, we have to have the JC conversation. I have to give Lindsay credit. It was not my genius thought. It was Lindsay's, who came up with Snickergate being the new Laurel or Yanni of the BB20 community. Do you agree? Does seem like we don't know what JC is saying. Of course we have the clip. Of course this has to be discussed on a show when I'm alone, so I have to argue both sides by myself, so this will be great. But let's go ahead and start by watching the clip I am specifically talking about with JC, in case you live under a rock or just wear your sauce for Big Brother news. And then thank you, I love you. Okay, so here is specifically the clip which we are speaking about. Sorry, 1 second. I know, hold on. Sorry. Stand by, it's coming back, hold on. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that did that. Ready? Here we go.
They gave her the sneaker. What sneaker?
They gave her so many Snickers.
Dude, I can't wait. I need to win HOH so I can see what the hell I get.
I hope if I win again, my basket will be cooler because I fixed it.
Cooler?
A lot cooler.
I just said I want the same.
I feel like your sneaker. I feel like your basket.
All right. So I'm gonna play one more time. And I wish that we would have had the clip where it went, where it was a little bit before this, but I'll get into it. We'll get into all of it. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning one more time. Here we go. Play.
They gave her the sneaker. What sneaker?
They gave her so many Snickers.
Dude, I can't wait. I need to win HOH so I can see what the hell I get.
I hope if I win again, my basket will be cooler because I fixed it.
Cooler?
A lot cooler.
I just said I want the.
All right. So here's the thing. We can go back and revisit that in a minute. First I will say this. The conversation leading up to JC saying this was about HOH baskets, HOH food, them getting stuff. Haley was the one who was saying, I got a bunch of Snickers in my HOH basket and I don't even like them, which is why then after JC says it, she's like, oh, maybe I'll fill it out different and get something else different. And why Tyler is like, yes, Snickers. What I think, or I will say, one argument to this is that JC was saying Snickers, 12 Snickers, because he's making fun of the fact that Haley did not want Snickers in her basket, and she kept getting them, because that was kind of like Haley's complaint. And that's why Casey was laughing about it, because she was saying like, oh, Snickers, you got a whole bunch of Snickers, whatever. Now look, I agree with some of you that will say JC already has a bad reputation, so nobody wants to give him the benefit of the doubt going forward. Here's my thing. I'm trying to look at like the situation around it. I just don't understand why JC would have said the N-word in that moment. I don't get why. We'll go to one other theory that was another theory. But I don't know why in that moment he would just be like, N-word, N-word. It don't really make any sense to me. And let's even say he did. Let's just say he was totally like, N-word, N-word. I don't believe that in a room with Casey, Tyler, Haley, who knows she's on, the block and gonna be a target, that they would all just be like, oh, JC, that's so funny that you're saying the N-word right now. That's so hysterical. They're well aware of the TMZ articles, of all of the stuff that's happening. JC, as we know, because of the Tyler incident the day before, or 2 days before, with Tyler, like rubbing Tyler's arm and kissing Tyler's armpit. We know that he was talked to by production, that Tyler was talked to by production, that Haley was talked to by production. So we'll go into the other things in a minute. But my point is, I feel like JC, because he flat out said, I'm not allowed to touch Tyler. I'm not allowed to sleep in bed with Tyler. This was all before that. JC is aware that he's in trouble with production and being watched by production. I just can't see him purposely saying the N-word there at all. Plus, to me, and this is just me being like naive and stupid, when I watched this originally live, I wasn't even thinking N-word. Like I thought he was saying Snickers. It never even crossed my mind that it was anything else until like I saw Twitter exploding over it. And I know there are a lot of people that are like, yes, hands down, 100%, he's saying Snickers. And then I know there are people that are like, nope, 100%, hands down, he's saying the N-word. He had a mouthful. At most, he said Knickers. I don't know, Sherry Blackberry. Here's the thing. The other argument, like the other thing that people are saying is, he said it like he was saying Snickers, and then he heard it come out as the N-word, and then that's why he said it again and laughed. So that is like another, like, so the people that think he said the N-word, that's kind of where they're basing that on. Because they're like, why would he be laughing? Why would he say Snickers and then laugh and then say Snickers again? But again, I feel like if you were to listen to the entire thing that happened before, you would know they were all laughing about the fact that Haley hated her HOH basket. They were also talking about the fact that like Scotty got cabbage, and they were all laughing over the fact that like Scotty got cabbage in his basket, and why are we getting these ridiculous things in the basket? So I don't know what to think. Or I do know what to think. I think in this situation, I just can't believe that he would say it. If you think he said it, you are allowed to think he said it. I just can't believe that after getting in trouble with production and being in the room with those people, that everyone would have just laughed and thought it was a grand old time that he's just saying the N-word for no reason. So, I mean, I don't know. Wait, did he get Yes, Scotty got cabbage. Scotty got a head of cabbage in his HOH basket. I'm just like, here's the thing. I get a lot of shit on Twitter because people are like, Eric, you're defending him and you should not be defending him. And I can't believe that it's a conversation and you shouldn't be defending him. I want to be very clear about 2 points because we'll talk about the other two, things in a moment that he's done. I don't like JC. I don't like what JC stands for out of this house. I don't like the things that JC does in this house. I am not a JC fan. However, the only reason that I defend him in certain circumstances, or not even defend him, just say how I feel about it, is because I think if we don't have the conversation about like it being one way or another way, it lets people easily dismiss the things that he actually does. So for example, earlier in the season, he said the N-word to Bailey. That was obnoxious, rude, and not okay. And when you watch the whole entire conversation around him doing that, it was very clear he said the N-word, and that was not okay in any way. Flash forward or fast forward to this situation where you look at the entire scope around what they're talking about. If it wasn't JC with his history, I think most people would have given him the benefit of the doubt and assumed he was saying Snickers. But if we all kind of lump on and are like, nope, no way, he did it, blah, 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 I just feel like it gives people an excuse to be like, oh my God, everybody's just picking on him for everything. Anything he does now I don't even believe anything that he does now. Oh, what? He tied the door open for Haley? Oh, yeah. Oh, so what was that, like the whole Snickers thing when everyone's trying to say he said the N-word when no, everybody's just crazy. Now I don't believe anything anybody said. Like, that's going to be the argument that people start making if we all just jump on to every single thing and label everything JC does as horrible. Because, by the way, he's done horrible things. There's actual things we can be mad at him for that he did in this game. Like holding the door open for Haley. Not holding the door open. Boy, that sure makes it sound nice. So if, again, you missed the situation that happened before this, JC went into the bathroom. Haley was hiding in the toilet. She wanted to scare JC. JC opened the door. He was like, knock, knock. Haley didn't answer. He opened the door. Boo, I scared you, JC. JC did not like being scared. So he said, oh, you scared me and you're going to the bathroom? I'm going to tie this door open. While she's sitting there with her pants down on the toilet. Now, luckily, Haley has a guardian angel. There was a locker open in the bathroom that perfectly blocked our view. All we could see was JC. It was like the most perfect little door blocking us from seeing into the bathroom. And then Haley started like calling for production, like, stop, production help, he's tying the door open. And then Sam is the one that came to Haley's rescue in that situation, being like, this is not okay. Why, you can't do that, untying the door. Stuff like that, I completely agree, uncalled for with JC. That right there would be enough, in my opinion. Forget about anything else. That right there, that you're basically exposing someone to millions or hundreds of thousands of live feed viewers. naked. That, to me, right there, should have been enough to get JC out of this house. Now, if you believe Vegas on Twitter and the things that he says, he claims that production has already had a meeting about this. Production has already talked about the things that JC is doing in this house, and that they have decided that after speaking with Haley about this incident, and after speaking with Tyler about his incident, Tyler and Haley have both said, you know, we do not feel threatened by JC. We do not feel like we're being sexually harassed by JC. So, you know, production feels like there's not really anything that they need to do, because those two people are not saying that they feel like there was anything bad about it. Vegas said Haley did formally complain. Well, I don't know when he said that, because the last thing that I saw was he said she did not complain, or based on the Hollywood Report. Here's the thing. I don't really believe a lot of what Vegas says. I think Vegas, 100%, whoever they are, he, she, whatever, on Twitter, I think they clearly, you cannot deny that they have an inside track to things that are going on in the Big Brother house. I'm not going to reveal how you could get that information. I have a lot of information on the same exact things that are going on in the Big Brother house. I just can't say it. Whatever. Do I think that he's really privy to production meetings? And no, I don't. I just don't. I don't for a second. Because if he is out there tweeting, Haley did a formal complaint, blah, blah, blah. Then we have Allison Grodner interviewing with the Hollywood Reporter saying the exact opposite. I'm going to tend to believe the Hollywood Reporter, Allison Grodner, over Twitter spoiler. I just am. Or you know what? We'll ask Haley and we'll ask Tyler when they're on this show at the end of the month. So for those of you that didn't see it and that want to see it, here is, I should probably move me because I have a feeling I'm going to be in the way. Here is the bathroom. The bathroom incident. Hold on. Here we go.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up that every time I want to...
Hold on. Sorry. That's part 2. Hold on. Let me go and get you part 1. Hold on. Of course, I messed that up. Let me get you part 1. We have to start at part 1. Okay, here we go. Here's part 1. Ready? This is the on set of it. Here we go.
She wanted to make me a prank, but she doesn't know me.
What happened?
Okay, so what I feel from the retells of this story, we just kind of heard them scaring each other. We kind of heard JC being like, is anyone in here? Anyone in here? Then Haley screams, and JC like, oh my God, you scared me, blah, blah, blah. And now this is where JC's going to tie the door open. So let's go back for a minute.
Maybe a prank, but she doesn't know me.
What happened?
Okay, so he's tying the door open.
JC, close the fucking door! JC, it's not funny. Production! Shut the fucking door.
That's like you have a personal problem.
Okay, so I'll just Okay, so there's the other view. So that's the one view. The other view was from the other angle where like the locker was open. Either way, either angle, we could not see into the bathroom. Haley should have answered him when he knocked. Haley told Fessy she started it. Yeah, no. No, I don't care who started it. If you're a girl and you're on the toilet and you're aware that thousands of people are watching, it's not okay to show your private parts to America. It's just not. I don't care. The joke or the ends does not justify the means there. This isn't like, haha, it's funny, you pranked me, I pranked you. This is my vagina's on the internet for the rest of time because you tied the door open. I would normally always be like, yeah, people are overreacting, but no, in this case, I definitely think there's really no excuse for what JC did here. So we know that afterwards, Sam is the one that kind of went to Haley's rescue, untying the door, and JC was pissed about it. JC wanted no part of it. So here is that.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up that every time I want to do a prank or I get in any conversation with people here about anything that bothers you, you just snap on me. That's what's fucked up.
Did I defend other people?
No, not defend other people. You don't know anything. Like, I walked in there, she scared me, I let her there for 5 minutes. I knew she was wearing, like, enough clothes to, like, not being seen. That was pretty much it.
Fine.
JC, that was over.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it right now. I'm very mad right now.
I don't want to hear you.
Okay.
And I would have said that
Okay,
to you.
I
Have you
said
done
okay.
it to anybody?
So, quick side note, those are the two that we need to work together if we don't want level 6 to steamroll this game. Just need like those two and Haley to come together. It's easy. It's gonna happen. Yeah. In this instance, in this specific situation with the bathroom, I really have a hard time, I don't think there's any defense for JC in this. I don't think that there's any, honestly, I just don't see any defense for JC in this situation. Haley, I have heard of the retells. I have heard her say, like, I was the one that scared him. To Fessy, yes, 100%. I still don't necessarily think it's okay because JC does have a history of, like, not respecting the rules or the people in the house. He constantly doesn't listen to what production says. He does have a history of that. That's kind of, like, undeniable. And at what point are you going to do something about it? Now, the last JC issue, because like I said, production talked to Tyler, production talked to Haley. And again, if you're believing the Hollywood Reporter article, they claim that Haley and Tyler both do not feel they are not being harassed, they are not being abused, that everything's fine. Again, the reason I tend to believe that is because it'd be such a huge lawsuit if they just lied. Like, if Haley and Tyler come out of the house and go, we never said that to you, production, there would be such a huge lawsuit. Like, they're covering up abuse on the Big Brother. Like, I believe that is what they actually said, regardless of what is said on Twitter. But whatever. Doesn't mean it's right. I'm just saying I believe that that's what they said in that moment. So the last thing, and here is another one where whatever. I'll show you the last clip. This is the Tyler and JC in the bed situation, which you may have missed. So here we go with this. So you can kind of see JC like rubbing his arm, rubbing his face, and then going back to bed. Now, again, here is, well, whatever. I will say, let's go watch it one more time and let's listen. You can I don't know if you guys can hear it, but you can kind of hear like Tyler being like, like kind of like he's having a bad dream. Again, not to lead the witnesses, but in the retells of this story, Tyler did say that he was whimpering. Tyler has said that he was having a bad dream. So, if the reason that JC is rubbing his arm and rubbing his face and then like going back to bed is because Tyler is having a bad dream, whatever. Then he, I guess, goes up closer to Tyler. I kind of feel like they all do that when they sleep, but whatever. Would I want someone doing it to me? No. Let me skip ahead to the is the armpit part not in this one? Okay, here we go. This is the armpit part. So he puts his arm up and just like kiss, kiss, back over and lays down. All right. Here are my thoughts. Here are my thoughts on this incident with Tyler. Number one. Would I want anyone doing it to me? Not at all. I would not want anybody doing that to me while I was sleeping. So I hear you on that. Do I think it's sexual assault? No. And I think, just kind of like what I said about the whole Snickers gate, I feel like if we label this sexual assault, it's doing a disservice to people that are actually sexually assaulted. That's just how if Tyler was having a bad dream and he was like rubbing his shoulder and whatever, that makes sense to me. The kissing the armpit thing is gross. But again, I feel like people on Twitter made it seem like he was licking his armpit and sitting. He just went like, mwah, mwah, and went back to bed. I know that sounds like I'm making an excuse for him. And I'm like, oh, it's nothing. It's a little kiss. Just get over it. No, it's not okay. And it's not acceptable. But it's also nothing that all of them are not doing to each other all the time. Does that make sense? Like, for example, JC did this to Fessy all season. JC has been doing this to Fessy the entire season. And nobody was really saying anything about it then. We've had Tyler carrying JC to bed. There have just been a lot of this type of stuff going on. I just feel like in this instance, I did not see this. And I kind of feel like I bought into Twitter. I was expecting to come here and see basically like JC masturbating on Tyler's arm. What I saw was Tyler whimpering, having a bad dream, and JC rubbing his arm like it's gonna be okay. I was waiting for JC to be all up in his armpit and like licking it like he has some armpit fetish, and all I saw was mwah, mwah, and pull the cover over my head like, oh, good night. Mwah. I just would like JC to be held accountable, or I would just like the conversation around the things that JC does to be factual. Because I think when it's not factual on what he's actually done, it discredits it for people that have had things like that actually happen to them. I just think it damages things that have actually happened when stuff like this happens. So I feel like the conversation should be, no, I don't want you kissing me at night. And it's not appropriate at all. But it's also very different than everyone on Twitter being like, it's sexual harassment. And he's licking Tyler's arm. I have had so many people tell me, did you see JC licking Tyler's armpits while he was sleeping? I was like, no, because it didn't happen. It's like it all just snowballs out of control. So again, I just want to be very clear because I know it makes it seem like I am now defending JC by painting the picture of what JC has done in the house. My goal here was not to defend JC. It's just kind of to lay things out the way they actually happened versus kind of like the snowball that it goes into sometimes on social media. And whatever you think is right or whatever you think is wrong I'm not judging what anybody thinks about either situation. I have said I will always side with the people that it happened to. Tyler comes out and says that was so inappropriate, 100% I'm on Tyler's side. If Haley says completely inappropriate, I felt violent, I'm 100% on Haley's side. Completely. We'll see what happens when the season ends. But going back to the article about, production or Alison Grodner saying they have said there's no sexual harassment. They have said they don't feel violated. I don't think it should be on them. Now, again, I don't think it should be on us either. I don't think it's for us to be like the court of public opinion on it either. I think it's Big Brother's responsibility. It is production's responsibility. Obviously, Tyler is not going to say, I want to knock somebody out of the game who I feel is going to be a vote for me to win. Why would Tyler ever say that? Do I think that if Haley was in JC's position? I think Tyler would have been like, yep, I feel sexually harassed. Oh, I certainly do. She needs to go. I will get someone else out with my HOH. So, of course, Tyler's not going to say that JC did. And the same thing with Haley. Of course, Haley is not going to say that JC did anything to get him out of the game. She believes that JC is her last link to Fessy. So, I just think there needs to, going forward on Big Brother, production just needs to put out some clear rules. It just needs to be like, if you expose somebody in the bathroom on purpose, you are kicked out of the house. We don't care if it's a joke. We don't care if you expose someone on the show, you're out of the house. If you pull somebody's towel off, if you in any way expose a naked person to the live feeders, you're out of the game. If you say the N-word, you're out of the game. If you're homophobic, whatever. I just think there needs to be clear black and white rules so that it doesn't need to be, this is an issue on social media to decide, or this is an issue for the player to decide. It just needs to be here are the clear rules, and if you break the rules, you're out of the game. In my opinion. Bernadette said it's sad you have to tell people these things. I mean, look. It's difficult because we'll never know if people are reacting the way they're reacting because it's a game or it's real life. Look, and again, I'm not saying it's right. I've been to a lot of reality events. I have been to a lot of reality TV sleepover events where it is a whole bunch of reality people sharing hotel rooms and blah, blah. This is the way they all behave. It's actually a lot worse. Now, am I saying that makes it okay in this situation? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is, it just, I don't know. I wish there could be a dialogue about it that is not involved in this game. Because I think when it's happening in a game for money, it automatically becomes a tainted conversation. Because everyone's always going to have a motive. A motive to win the game, a motive to get someone out, a motive to want to keep somebody around. I feel like people's true intentions and stuff is not going to come out. Destiny says, I don't think JC will return on any future season because of his behavior. No, I do not think so either. Kathleen P says, they can't get JC to stop singing or get out of bed in the morning. How are they gonna enforce anything more serious? Well, I think you should know, Kathleen P, if they decide that they want JC out of the house, they will take him out of the house. I don't think it's that hard to get JC out of the house if they want to. I do agree with the thing that we came up with, wasn't this last season? Or maybe no, I think it was earlier this season on one of our earlier shows. Lost and Cruz is reminding me, if you don't want to make it a hard and fast rule, if you don't want to say, if you say the N-word or you do this thing or you do that thing, you're automatically out of the game. Okay, then just make it be you lost your stipend for that week or you are fined this amount of money. I don't think it's a secret that we all know they all get paid $1,000 a week that they're on the show. So, okay, you said the N-word, you lost $1,000. You lost your stipend for that week. Oh, you did it again? Now you lost $2,000. You lost your stipend for 2 weeks. Oh, you did it again? Now you lost $4,000 or $5,000. And they'll learn. Trust me, they'll stop. And honestly, it should be that across the board. It should be that way for singing. It should be that way for eating if you're a have-not. Because here's the thing. No players are going to take this game seriously because they know there's no repercussions. Our Big Brother, unlike foreign Big Brothers, where we have just seen someone get kicked out for fighting, someone get kicked out for using the N-word, there's no repercussions on our Big Brother for anything that you do. You can eat on slop, you can take a hot shower, you can do whatever you want. There's no repercussions. So until Big Brother actually makes an example out of somebody, we're never going to see any player, I think, actually care about the rules until there is something enforced that makes them want to care about the rules. So, yeah. I feel like we've had such a serious Big Brother. Conversation. I wanted to get all of the JC stuff out of the way on this show when there wasn't a lot happening in the house, so I never have to talk about it again. Until the season is over, then like I said, we will have all the house guests on this show, and I'm sure you guys know they're on here for your questions. They're not on here for me to chat with. You guys will be asking them your questions when they are on at the end of the season. I agree that Kimberly says, I agree that they get away with a lot of messed up stuff. Look at McCrae's season. They never got kicked out, and that was a brutal season. Yeah, exactly. So Veto is starting right now. So, oh darn, it would have been great if I went live now, but as I said earlier, we have game night starting, I think, in about an hour and a half. So hopefully that the feeds will still be down for that. I will remind you, you can see all of our shows back over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. If you are watching this back on YouNow, you should become a fan on YouTube. You should watch this back, become a fan over on YouNow so you get alerted every time we go live. It is every single night of the week. You'll be alerted if you become a fan over on YouNow, which is completely free. If you guys want to watch the after shows, get special weekly shows, access to the patron-only group, and patron-only shows, and help support us, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. it or doing a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal is what keeps us going all year long. So just something to think about as we're coming to the end of Big Brother season. Of course, on the website, you got the flashback times, Becca's blog, spoiler graphics, these shows, everything. So, of course, I will see you guys for game night tonight. I will see you guys for the patron show tomorrow. We'll have a hangout show tomorrow night and talk Big Brother. And then we'll do our next spoiler show on Monday after the POV ceremony. I will see you guys all over there. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, guys.